Yo, 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 what's going on, world? This your boy Naji from Cigar Talk, and today I got a very special guest, man. Seated to my right, this the hottest, we don't call him a prospect no more, you're contender now. This the hottest contender in the game. I got my man, Bruce Shoo Carrington.
Yes, sir.
What's up, my brother?
How you doing, baby?
Everything is good, man. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good, you know. Got the fight coming up, September 27th. We super locked in, man. I feel like it's my moment. It's my time to shine when it comes to this type of opponent. Like, we've been waiting on this type of opponent, man.
When you say type of opponent, what you mean?
I mean, you know, I've always been, you know, continue to step up, you know, each and every single time I fight. But being that this guy has a WBC Silver Championship, it's like that one step closer for me to get to that World Championship. And this dude, he is a tough task. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came up against Ruben Villa, his last fight, which he wasn't really expected to win, and he showed out, and impressively so. So this is something that I'm really interested in testing myself against.
What do you see in him that make you be like, all right, I got to worry about this?
I mean...
If anything.
I mean, yeah, if anything. I would say, because, like, I wouldn't say I have to worry about anything, because I've experienced so much. I have 286 amateur fights. I done fought all over the world. I done seen different styles. So he doesn't really present anything that I have not seen before, but he does present things that you don't see on your day-to-day, you know, gym life, like in terms of like the way he throws his combinations, the way he throws certain punches. And then on top of his awkwardness and his offbeat tempo, he has a good will about him. Like he's like he has good tenacity. When he gets hit, he's still gonna fire back. You know, it's those little things that you have to take account of when you're fighting like certain type of people.
For sure. I mean, you know, you in training camp right now. You knee deep in camp. How's everything been going, just as far as your preparation?
Man, everything's been great. You know what I mean? Every single training camp is different because, you know, every single opponent that we have is different, so we always have to have a new approach to things. But, you know, training 3 times a day, sparring 3 times a week, running up. If you live in Vegas, you already know about Mount Charleston. It's this mountain.
Hold on, what is it, Mount Charleston?
Mount Charleston.
That's one of them ones that's crazy?
It's like if you live out here, if you train out here in Vegas, you gotta run it because it's like, it has like the crazy altitude and it's like a steady incline that you gotta run up by like 5 to 7 miles or something like that. And like just training in that type of environment is just you're gonna be just sure that you're gonna be in shape and ready for anybody that comes and step in the ring with you. So I'm just been making sure I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's.
Okay. I mean, you got the Brooklyn hat on representing. I'm gonna have to get you a Vegas hat now, nigga. I'm gonna have to get you a Vegas hat now.
Now I gotta take Brooklyn everywhere I go with me, bro. So I love Vegas, you know what I'm saying? But come on, it's BK to the fullest.
But tell me, like, tell me what inspired the move, right? Like, you moved out from Brooklyn to come to Vegas. You live here now. This is, you know, were you fighting out of, what inspired the move?
You know, we was kind of talking about this off camera and everything, but, you know, it was just the simple fact that, well, my first training camp out here was for my pro debut. And my pro debut was on the Tyson Wilder 3 card. Crazy. I was wild, right? But, yeah, man, my first training camp was out here. And I just noticed the difference in New York, the competition level from New York to Vegas. It was like all the who's either live out here or come out here to train. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was easy to find work. You know what I mean? I'm going to different gyms and there's some people that got no names, but they're nice, like, and they give you work. And I'm just like, yo, this is what I've been craving for years out of New York. Cause like the competition in New York hasn't been the same. You know what I'm saying? Like the hunger just hasn't been the same. Then on top of that, you got the cost of living. You know what I mean? Like New York is crazy, man. And then you got the traffic. Everything that you need out here is just like 30 minutes, like max drive, bro. Like, except for the mountain, which is probably like 45 minutes, but that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everything you need is just right across the street, basically. So, and then on top of that, the heat, altitude, it was just a no-brainer for me. I knew that I needed to be here to become the best boxer that I want to be.
For sure. You mentioned sparring. I saw recently, Carmel Moulton did an interview and he mentioned that y'all sparred together before. You know, he's one of the prospects that everybody's, you know, hype about and doing his thing.
For sure.
What do you remember from that sparring session with young Carmel?
Yo, bro's tough. Bro's tough for his age especially, which he only like 18, 19. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's tough. Like, I love the way he put his combinations together. He has good power. You know what I mean? Like, his power was great for his age, and then on top of that is his IQ. You You know what I mean? It's not his approach to the game is very similar to a person that's a vet. You know what I mean? So now he's already 18. Now when he gets up to my age, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's gonna be really interesting when he get up there and see what type of fighter he turns into. He has a promising future for sure.
Do you ever look at them young guns and be like, you know, because y'all are right around the, you know, right same weight. Do you ever look at the young guns and be like, you know, okay, I know in the future he want to come.
Possibly, yeah, of course I got my eye.
Yeah.
Of course I got my eye on him. You know, I keep an eye on him for sure. But at the same time, I'm a fan of the sport and I like to spectate as well too. You know what I'm saying? So I just really enjoy what they're able to give to the sport. And you know, if things happen to where we line up until we fight. It's gonna happen. But up until then, hey, listen, I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna continue to enjoy the show.
I love that. You in line for the WBA? Is it WBA
yes, I am.
right now?
Yeah.
Nick
I'm
Ball,
number one ranked in the WBA.
Nick Ball's the champion.
Yeah.
Listen, shoot, I ain't gonna lie. I like that kid, Nick Ball. I've been hyping him for a while. I feel like I was the first American to really be hyping this kid because I watch a lot of the British boxing. You know, that's a hell of a fight. He's one of them guys that he got enough that like his style is just very rugged and get in there. He kind of like Pitbull Cruz with a jab.
Right. Similar to that,
I feel like, what do you think about that fight? I feel like that's a fight on the horizon that's probably going to come to fruition at some point.
Yeah.
What do you think about when you're looking at Nick Ball?
Man, Nick Ball is, you know, his defense, his offense, everything that he brings to the table, his size, is like, it's a lot of difficulty when you think about even the way how he fights and everything. Like we've seen the trouble that he's brought against, like, you know, different opponents that he's fought, like Ray Vargas or Raymond Ford and stuff like that. Like he another one that has a lot of will. Like when he fought Raymond Ford, man, like that fight was impressive because Raymond Ford hurt him a few times, bro.
did.
But in the midst of him being hurt, he was still throwing and catching, you know, his shots back. And I'm just like, wow, like this dude really wants to become champion. Like he really wants to fight.
Yeah.
And those are the type of fighters that I respect. You know what I mean? Like I really like respect guys like Nick Ball, and that makes me even more excited to want to fight him. You know what I mean? Like I just want to share the ring with him so we could just, you know, two gladiators go just duke it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm bringing to the table,
right?
And I see what he bringing to the table. I see the potential, but I also know when I do bring what I bring to the table, the opponent's game plan sometimes seem to fly out the window. So I would just want to see if Nick Ball could be able to take that, or anybody that, you know, step in the ring with me would take that. But man, I really can't wait till that fight happens, man. If it does.
Do you look at the Raymond Ford fight like? Because I wouldn't say y'all necessarily have similar styles, but I feel like African Americans have a certain style. So I feel like it's in the same realm. Y'all styles aren't necessarily similar to me, but it's in the same realm. Do you look at that fight and be like, damn, well, if he beat Ray, then that's a tough fight?
Nah, because I think about like little things. Like there's certain things that Ray does that I don't do. There's certain things that I do that Ray don't do. That Ray don't do. Like just the simple fact that Ray is southpaw and I'm orthodox. Like it's a whole different perspective. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you'll have to approach the game or approach the fight with. If you're fighting a southpaw, you're gonna be getting ready, you know, throwing a lot of right hands, you know, to get ready for a southpaw, or, you know what I'm saying? But then you're fighting orthodox, your realm of like punches and, you know, openings is kind of different. You know what I'm saying? So just on that scale alone, I can't really compare. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, I understand with the slick boxing and then you know, the pop shotting and, you know, sometimes being an aggressive boxer, I can see the similarities for sure.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait to see you and Raymond Ford. Obviously, he just moved up, but I seen y'all talking shit on Twitter that time. Y'all was going back and forth. I was hype as a fan. I'm like, I want to see that. I can't wait for that fight.
Man, listen, I like I'm not even really interested in Raymond Ford as of this moment. He's moved up to 130. He's not a champion anymore. Nick Ball's the champion. I'm focused on Nick Ball. You know what I'm saying? So if that fight ever comes across the table, then, you know, I'm going to sign that dotted line. But, you know, as of right now, I'm just focused on what's in front of me.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, like you say, obviously you gotta fight on the 27th, so you can't really look past that. But one that's already starting to kind of get built up, you know, the monster. Naoya Inoue. I like it because, you know, he came to I was hyping it on Twitter. You know, I be on Twitter going crazy. I was hyping it on Twitter because he came to your last fight. You was the undercard for Xander Zayas. He left right after your fight. So that means he came for you.
Just
he
for
ain't
me,
stayed for the main event. He came, he watched your fight, and he left.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Man, you know, that lets me know that I'm doing everything I need to be doing in this sport of boxing. I only got 12 fights, you know what I mean? And for me to have a guy like Naoya Inoue to come and watch me fight, you know what I mean? He wasn't, like you mentioned, he wasn't there the whole night. He came to watch me fight, and after I fought, he left immediately. That shows a lot. That shows I'm speaking volumes. Like, I'm getting a lot of people's attention, and hopefully that could be a fight that could happen down the line as well too. That's a fantasy fight for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I will like to say though, I don't want it to make it seem like I'm chasing down an Inoue fight. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be, like, it's cool to be associated with him, but I don't want to be known as the guy that called Inoue out. I want to be known as Bruce Shushu Carrington. Inoue will be known as Inoue, and then when we clash, it's gonna be one of the biggest fights to be talked about decades, down the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of the things that I want to be able to make clear. I want to be that guy to where it's like he has his own wave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
So that's my thing, man. I really want to be able to just be my own star.
You know, you gave him the bow when you was there. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
How he's arguably, to me, I got him as my #1 pound for pound in the world.
A lot of people do. Yeah.
He's fighting on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? But when you analyze his game and just his skill set, like, what do you see?
Man, he is always dangerous from round 1 through 12 because he has proper form. Like, people always think about when you throw power punches, it's about like just the way you just strain and just strenuous, just and just loading up punches and whatnot, like haymakers.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like he just has proper form when it comes to throwing your 1-2 straight from the face and, short distances, and he just knows exactly what to do, where to place himself to get the proper shots. He picks the right shots, good distance, good speed. Man, he's a full package, to be honest, if you ask me. And this is the reason why everybody is just so hype over him. You know what I mean? And he don't say much. Like, he's just real chill, but like, he got that, like, that rage in him that is very addicting to watch. You know what I mean? So he's super entertaining. I like watching him. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I got nothing but respect for Inoue. Like, nothing but respect. But where he's at is like something that I really want to reach for. And then some. You know what I mean? And that's one of the main reasons why I want to fight him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, take your time getting there, because that
for
boy ain't no
sure.
joke. You want to take your time getting there.
Mentally, physically, I know I'm ready. It's just for me to make y'all believers. You know what I mean? Like it's certain things that y'all just don't see. It's certain things that y'all haven't seen yet. Like, I purposely not put everything on the table for everybody to see.
Okay.
But when it's time for me to fight, a guy like that, y'all gonna see, like, it's levels to this.
Yeah. Tell me about, I seen a photo, it was you, Tank, Broner.
Yeah.
It was like everybody in this one photo. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Y'all got the trainer camp. Tell me about that day, that moment, like training with Tank.
Yeah, well, that was my first day training with Tank on, like, for that camp. He was getting ready for Frank Martin, and we was out at Majestic Park out here. It's like this big field where it just has, like, a long hill that you gotta run up, like all these different steps you gotta run up, and it's like a great, like, place to work on conditioning. He joined us, Broner joined us and all that, and Tank, he was like, that was kind of one of the first weeks out in Vegas, so we were just kind of whipping him into shape. I realized, like, why he is where he is today in terms of, like, his stardom, why he be knocking these guys out, the energy that he brings in each one of these fights. He bring it inside the training camp as well too, in each type of training session. Like, Tank is the real deal, and like, me watching him on this level, I'm just like, wow, like this dude is really special. You know what I mean? But it was cool. It was cool to be training alongside Tank, and hopefully, we could have some more training camps together.
Did y'all get a chance to, like, be inside the gym too, or was it just like that was the time that y'all did that?
No, we was inside the gym, but it wasn't that many days. I can't say that we was in the gym too many days, because he was getting ready for Frank Martin, which is a southpaw, and I was getting ready for orthodox dude. So it was like he was training with my boy DJ Zamora, and DJ Zamora's a southpaw, getting ready for him and all that, and Kenny Sims as well too. So they was training with Tank, and I was on my own little joint and you know, I was working with other guys that was helping me get ready for my fight.
Yeah.
So we just kind of sometimes the time that we would meet each other would sometimes just be by accident. You know what I'm saying? We'd just be there, just yeah, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like we was always training alongside each other.
Right.
But when we were, I was watching, learning, you know what I'm saying, trying to pick up on little things and stuff like that.
What would you say is like one of the main things that you picked up on?
His accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the fact that he don't make no excuses, and then if he don't do something good, he gonna wanna let's do it again. Like nah, you right. I ain't do that right. Let's do it again. Like that shows that growth. That shows that you want to continue to keep growing and learning, and that makes a person a real dangerous fighter. If you think you know everything, bro, like you're not gonna keep growing. But if you are open to learn, no matter where you at in your career, you're gonna always be dangerous.
That's a fact. I agree with that. You know, one of the super fights that everybody talking about with Tank Shakur, you know, Tank versus Shakur is one of them. Was one of them ones.
Yeah.
You and Shakur went at it too on Twitter.
Man, Jersey don't like me right now, son.
Yeah, Jersey on your head. Yeah,
I don't know what's going on, son. I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah,
but
well,
yeah.
I mean, what was that? Like, obviously, you know, he had his fight. He got critiqued by certain people, and at the time, it was like. He was just going at anybody who was critiquing him. Like, you know, if I feel like you critiquing me, he going at you. That's kind of what it looked like.
Yeah.
When moments like that happen, is it just like fun for you? Is it personal? Is it like what's it like in your head when those type of moments are happening publicly?
You know, it's funny. Like that was like one of my first, like aside from the Raymond Ford joint, like, cause me and Raymond Ford, we not really like, I don't really know bro like that. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up around Shakur, like you know what I'm saying, like in terms of like going on tournaments together and all that. Like we done fought in the amateurs and all that, you know what I mean? So like we done been around each other for some years, so I'm familiar with him. So when, you know what I mean, I go on Twitter and he was saying what he was saying, I'm making breakfast and all that. I'm going there, I'm like, what's going on? What I do? I was mad confused. Yeah. And then I saw the clip that he you know, referenced. I'm just like, bro, like I was just still confused because I'm like, bro, I didn't feel like I said nothing wrong. You know what I mean? A lot of people that watched it didn't feel like I said anything wrong. But you know what I mean? We talked it out. You know what I mean? And we deaded it. You know what I mean? Like, so it was what it was for the moment. You know what I mean? Got a little excitement for the fans and everything like that. But it was confusing at the moment. But again, I ain't take it personally though. Yeah. I really didn't take it personal because I know at the end of the day, what I said, I knew like I came from a good place. You know what I'm saying? I really just want to see the dude do well and, you know what I mean, and continue to, you know, his success. Yeah. But, yeah, you know, it was just kind of confusing, man. I don't know, it was, you know, maybe he just, you know, misconstrued what I was saying, you know what I mean? But, you know, it is what it is. It probably was just a simple misunderstanding, but it is what it is.
I'm glad y'all was able to piece that up and get over that shit, because that ain't about nothing. I know he mentioned, like, you know your parents and stuff like that, so that was like, that make to me, that's like y'all know each other for a long time if you know your parents. You know
yeah, for sure. Like, you know what I mean? You know, so it just... It was starting to go left, son. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it would have been unfortunate if it was to continue to go that way. You know what I mean? Because you know, I know his grandpops and all that, and he know my family and all that. So yeah, you know, we've known each other for a long time. So for something that small to make everything go left, it would have been super unfortunate. But you know what I mean? We talked it out like men, and you know, it's squash.
I love that, man. It's only a bridge separating us, so we can't, you know what I'm saying? It's only a bridge. I like that. So you mentioned the amateurs, right? Like, tell me about that part of your career, because I feel like, you know, you was definitely one of the guys in the amateurs that was getting a lot of attention, winning a lot of fights. What do you feel like you remember from the amateur part of your career?
Man, I felt like the best years of my amateur career was my last 4 years before the Olympics in 2020, 2021. I felt like that's when I learned the most because honestly, I was thinking about turning pro back in 2016 after the 2016 Olympics because I was already an Olympic alternate for that team. But to be honest, like I didn't have any international experience. So I ain't fight guys overseas and nothing like that before. So I never get to see those styles. I never, you know, had that type of confidence that I do now to where it's like I really truly believe like I'm the best. My work ethic wasn't there. So those next 4 years, I really just wanted to surrender to the sport. I went through a lot of ups and downs in my career, in my life, and everything like that. So it was a lot of growth that happened in that time period to where I really understood that boxing had to become a lifestyle more than, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a hobby, a job, my career, it's my lifestyle. You know what I mean? So I really just accepted it after a while to where it was like, man, like, nah, let me really surrender to the sport and see how far I can go with this.
Was there a specific moment that made you get like that and pinpoint it? Like, this got to be a lifestyle. Was there a specific moment that happened?
100%. Back in 2018, I was actually about to quit. Like, I was legit gonna quit boxing because I just was just feeling like I plateaued. And I was losing against guys I was supposed to lose to. You know, if I lose to a top-notch guy, I'll lose by a split decision. But I wasn't being honest with myself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't training hard for real. I knew I had the talent, but I really wasn't like giving it my all. So my dad, I legit put down the gloves and I just didn't want to go back to the gym. I didn't want to see no boxing fights, none of that. I just did not want to be reminded of boxing. 6 months go by and my pops is like, yo, bro, yo, we let you eat and chill and pay no bills up in this house because you box. You know what I'm saying? We let you focus on boxing, but if you ain't gonna box, you better get a 9 to 5.
Right,
I never had a job in my life, son.
Right.
So I'm just like, nah, let me go back to the gym, right? Let me go back to the gym, bro.
Right.
So then when I go back to the gym, right? Remember, I never had no layoffs like that, bro. I'm first week in the gym, I never really get beat up in sparring, bro. I'm getting taxed, bro. Boop, bop, bop, boop, bop. Getting tired in the 3rd round. I'm like, son, what's going on? Is this the end of me?
Right.
I'm going back to each round. I'm mad at myself. My pop's looking at me smiling. I'm like, what are you smiling for, bro? He like, bro, I expect you to be tired. Like, you've been off for all this time. Like, you gonna be tired. Like, just keep working, right? About like a good month go by, and that's when I started like clicking back in. Then we started my first time ever like training 3 times a day, waking up 4 in the morning to run at 4:30, running some miles, train again at 12, train again at 6:30, 7 o'clock. At that moment, that's when I knew, I'm like, oh yeah, like, let me start like really investing in myself and just focus on just myself.
Right.
First tournament I go to ever since I made that decision, right? First day, I fight this tall 6'1" dude. And this is like the tournament where I'm like really trying to prove myself. Like, all of this work, this is where you prove, like, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is where it all comes to you prove yourself. I'm fighting this dude and I'm walking him down. First round, boop, bop, bop, boom, touching him up.
Yep.
Second round, touching him up. Last 10 seconds, I get a little happy and I'm getting too greedy, trying to catch him.
Yeah.
I fall right into the straight left hand. Boom, I get put on my butt. I'm just like, oh, this dude dropped me.
Right.
I was so upset.
Did you get up?
I got back up, 3rd round, killed him. You know what I mean? I just did what I had to do.
Yeah.
But that was one of those moments to where it was like, this is like God put me in that position to where it was like, what you gonna do now? You know what I mean? Like, it was never easy. You know what I mean? Like he really made it to where it was like, what are you gonna do now? It's not gonna be easy. Like, you winning this fight, but now you got put in your butt. This is the situation you've never been in.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Got back up and I finished like a champion. And that showed me that I could, you know, if I'm ever put in another situation like that again, I know how I'll be able to finish. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And ever since then, I started doing great. I started really beating everybody I was supposed to beat. Even guys I had lost to previously, I was beating them. Won the Olympic trials, got on the USA team.
Damn, okay. I like that. Is your Coach K is your trainer now?
Yeah. Coach K. Karoma is my trainer,
When did y'all link up? Because I know, you were Brooklyn training. Was you at Cops and Kids before?
Yeah, Cops and Kids, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. So when did you and Coach K really link up to make that partnership?
So Coach K has been around since, you know what I mean, I was like a preteen, you know what I mean? And so I was always familiar with him, just seeing him in tournaments and national tournaments and all that all the time. And whenever sometimes my coach at the time, he wouldn't be able to come and, you know, coach me for certain tournaments to go out of town. I would ask Coach K to be in my corner and help me out. And then we really got locked in once I made the USA team because he was the assistant coach or basically the assistant coach for the USA team. And I just had like a lot of one-on-one time with him around that time. And before I turned pro, like he was like on the top of that list. You know what I mean? Before I turned pro, I'm just like, yeah, like I really want to be able to, you know, have a guy like him because he made me feel like I knew nothing about boxing and just taught me everything. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't really know how to keep my balance. I didn't know about distancing. I didn't know about physicality. I didn't know about a lot of things. And he taught me a lot, man. And then it just expanded on my IQ,
Yeah.
you know? So he helped me out a lot. And he's more than just a trainer to me. He's like family, you know what I mean? He's like an uncle. Like, I come and talk to him about anything. Any type of issues, I confide in him. And then, you know, he's real close with my parents as well, too. And they talk to him about things as well. So, man, it's just like, he's like the perfect piece to be a part of the team.
Fire. I want to know about. I see you. You know, when I watch your Instagram, you post your girl a lot. I think y'all got engaged recently.
Yeah.
You was looking smooth in this shit. Nigga had this suit on. I was like, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I get my little Rico
GQ
swag,
shoe.
you know what I'm saying?
I was calling you GQ shoe.
GQ shoe. I like that better. I like that
shoe.
GQ shoe.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a caption for my next
Yeah,
post if I ever wear a suit
GQ
again.
shoe. That
I wear
was
a
fire.
GQ shoe.
Yeah, tell me about that, because you, I guess in the post you were saying how like you feel like, you know, a woman like her just has made me a better man. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know what I mean, coming from, you know, from the hood and all that, it's just like the mentality, especially when it's someone that is like, I guess, striving to become successful. The thing was always taught like, oh man, a woman will, they'll drag you down, they'll tear you down, watch out for these women, right? That was all I was taught. But then when I started being in a relationship with her, she made me realize like a woman can also bring you to a point that you can never reach by yourself. Like she will bring you to heights unseen that you cannot bring by yourself. Like that partnership is unmatched. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I feel like a lot of men should, you know, focus on and value when they have a good woman. You know what I mean? Like I really do value the woman that I have, man. She's amazing. We've been best friends since high school.
Oh, fine.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you knew her since that? So you've been knew her?
Yeah, I've been knowing her since high school. I always have my eye
I
on
know
her.
if you just met her when you was lit or whatever.
Nah. A lot of people would assume that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's the
yeah.
funny part. But nah, we went to high school together.
Fire.
And it was cool because all of my friends from high school, when they saw that me and her got engaged, they got hyped. They all in the comments like, I knew it. I knew what this was going to happen one day.
Right.
I used to talk about her crazy. I was like, that's my wife.
Right.
She wouldn't even know. She wouldn't even know no better. I'm like, that's my wife. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's something beautiful. It's something really beautiful. And I know it's something that I need to continue to cherish because that type of partnership is something that you might not even find in a lifetime. You know what I mean? So she is actually, you know, one of the main reasons why I'm the person that I am today and I'm the fighter that I am today. Like all that strength and all of that, you know, just that push and, you know, we have a family, bro. You know what I mean? So like she really is like one of the main reasons why I am, like I fight as hard as I do.
Okay. Tell me about, I want to get into Brownsville, man, because you know, you the Brownsville bully. You know what I'm saying? Brownsville bully. And, you know, I'm from the town, so I know, you know, Brownsville could get treacherous sometimes,
For
man.
sure,
It could go down over there, you know what I mean?
sure.
How do you feel like you were able to kind of come up in the jungle like that, but avoid the traps to become who you are today?
Man, my parents did a great job. My parents did a great job of keeping me out the streets, you know, teaching me certain like values and, you know, instilling certain morals in me at a very young age. You know, my dad always used to have me travel around the country all the time, just seeing different things. And that made me see that there's more to life than just the hood, because when you're in the hood, sometimes you could just get trapped in that environment. Like, just on my block alone, there's 8 buildings on one block, 16 stories in each building, like 8 different apartments on each floor. And his full family in each of those apartments. Yeah, Ocean and Peace, Tilden Project.
Tilden, okay.
Yeah, 265 Tilden. You know what I'm saying? So it was very populated on one block. And then across the street, you got Popeyes over here. You got the corner store right here. You got the laundromat right here. Pizza shop. So it was like you don't gotta go far to get the things you need. So it just keeps you in this little square. You don't really want to feel like you need to go nowhere. So sometimes that's all you think that life is. You know what I'm saying? My pops, he showed me different side of life. He showed me different things. So I always wanted more after a while, but at the same time, living in that environment, there's but so much you could do to, you know, to stay away from it. Like, you're gonna see people get shot at. You're gonna see people get killed. Like, I remember the first time somebody was killed in front of me, like, I would say, like, 8 feet in front of me, somebody just got stabbed right in their back. Wow, wow, wow.
You've seen it live.
I'm like 5, 6 years old. I'm just looking at it in awe. I was traumatized, you know what I'm saying? I'm just having nightmares about it. I'm like, I can't believe I just saw something like that. And then after a while, you get numb to it because it just keep happening over and over and over. You hearing screams at 3 in the morning. Bah, 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 oh my God, my baby. You hear, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? So that type of environment, in a way, also made me build tough skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I be, like, real calm in, like, real frantic situations. Like, I just try to look for the exit route or just the right choices to be made in those panicky moments. Like, I really stay calm in those type of environments. So, you know, it was real helpful. But then on top of that, though, to shine some light on Brownsville, though, on the real, it was never a crabs in a barrel type of situation. Like, they supported my dreams to the fullest from the start. Like, it was never like, yo, shoot, like, take this hit right here, take a hit of this, or take this drink. Like, nah, it was never that. It was never. It was like, oh, yo, grandma's like, you got the light is on, the street lights is on right now. Grandma, you better go out to grandma's house right now. You know what I'm saying? Or my parents, or like, let's say if I was do something bad, like, it was always the neighborhood could raise a kid, and it was like, they was able to discipline me. They was, you know, they had the permission to discipline me if my parents weren't there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to, like, act right. You know what I'm saying?
They know you got a future. So
Yeah, word. I get into fights, whatever. My parents hear about it, like, you know what I mean? They ain't beat me unless if I defended myself, though.
Right,
you know what I mean? If I started something, of course, then they gonna, you know, handle business as they supposed to.
Yeah.
But if I defended myself, they're like, oh, well, you shouldn't have touched them. Well, you should have hit them. You know what I mean? So that's how it was growing up in Brownsville, though, bro. Like, it was a lot of love, but you still had to look over your shoulder.
Was you ever tempted to, like, be a part of street shit? Like, doing street shit, was that ever, like, temptation for you? Or was you always focused enough on boxing and the craft that it ain't really get in your vision?
I never had no temptation to be a part of the environment, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I wanted to hang out with my friends and stuff. Like, yeah, like, I always wanted to, you know, I always wanted to do that. I always felt like I was, like, missing something, you know what I mean, when in terms of, like, just chilling with my friends and whatnot. But at the same time, my dad had me around his friends, like, growing up. So I kind of grew a mature mentality in terms of what is priority, what comes first at a very young age. And I always knew that boxing was the forefront of everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of focused in on that. And my cousin, Ron Brown, I'll never forget, he told me this one thing. He was like, listen, sacrifice this little fun so you can have the big fun later. This the little fun, you ain't even gonna worry about it once you're having that big fun.
Right.
So, sacrifice that.
Salute the Ron, man.
Yeah.
That's gems.
Yeah.
For sure. Tell me about your brother, man, that passed away, because I know you wear him on when you come into the ring. I see it on Ike. Is his name Ike?
Ike? Yeah.
I see it on your. I see it on your. You know, when you rock it on the towel on your shorts. Tell me about him. Like, tell me about, you know, your relationship, and I guess, like, just that, what you remember.
Man, that dude was like the personification of a big brother. It's like, when I tell you, he was literally like my diary, the person I would go to confide in when I felt misunderstood, or like, at that confusing age when you're in a teenager, like you would think that nobody understands you. He was like the only person that, like, I felt that understood me about anything. Like, he just had all the answers, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, like, just his whole swag and the way how people just gravitated towards him. Like, he was a very likable person. Like, after he passed, there was some people that was like, yo, I never met you before, but your brother always tell me about you. He always wore your Team Carrington hat or the Team Carrington hoodie, and just told everybody, like, you're gonna be the best, and look where you at now. And I had no idea he was doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, Mike, he was like, how can I say, man? Like, he was just a person that I kind of just strive to be like, you know, in terms of, like, how likable he was, and just the type of, like, just the way he carried himself. Like, a lot of the way I carry myself, like, today, is how he is. Like, he a little goofball, you know what I'm saying? But then he also had that rage in him too if you went left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Mike, he just, I bite off his style. I ain't gonna cap.
Was it street shit that led to whatever it was?
Yeah, technically, you know what I'm saying? Because the dude that shot him, it was like he was trying to show off for his big homie. And, you know what I mean? My brother wants to go just buy a video game. GTA 5 just came out. And, you know, he was on his way walking back home. And then he got shot, I think, like 5 times with a 45 cal. Yeah, son, it was tough. It was tough, man. I remember when I got the call, like, my brother, for the last words he said to me, he was like, yo, shoot, I'm about to go buy GTA 5. Let's get hype, get hype. I'm like, yeah, we gonna play when we get back. I bet. And then my older brother was with him as well, too. And when time was just going, like, I'm just like, the store right down the block. Like, well, I ain't even back yet or whatever, right? So I call my mom's, and my mom's, she's like answering me for a frantic. I'm like, man, why you answering me like that for? What's going on? What's wrong? She's like, oh, Mike got shot. Mike got shot. The heck? But she ain't make, see, it wasn't like he was dead yet. Like, she was like, he got shot. So I'm like, I bet. Put my clothes on, my little sister, my little brother, I told them to put their clothes on, and we just took the 3 train from New Lot straight to Rockaway, should have gone from Saratoga, and ran straight to the Brookdale Hospital. Yeah. And I'm just running. Like, I just felt like I just had straight adrenaline. I wasn't even tired. I'm just running. And I break through the doors, and I'm seeing, like, in the emergency room, just all, like, his family is there. Me and my brother, we got different fathers, so all his family is there, a bit of my family is there, friends is there, and everybody just eyes is red. So I'm just looking at everybody like, yo, is he all right? Is he okay? Nobody's saying nothing. All I hear in whispers is like, oh, shoo-shoo here, oh, shoo-shoo. But nobody answered me. I'm like, yo, is he all right? Is he okay? I look to my right, my pops, he don't cry. Like, I never really seen my pops cry. And his eyes is red, and he just, like, shake his head no. Like, when I tell you, like, I just felt like it was, like, gut-wrenching. Like, I just let out a cry that was, like, uncontrollable. And I'm hitting the floor, and I'm just like, I've never experienced rage like that. I never wanted to take another person's life up until that point. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, man. Even me seeing him in that bed, and I'm just looking at him like, I'm seeing, like, it looked like he's asleep, but I'm seeing, like, you could tell he was coughing up blood because it's like the blood residue on his lips, and then there's blood all on the machine, some on the floor. It was a crazy sight to see. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
How do you take, I guess, that and his memories, and how does that apply to what you do in boxing?
Man, it applies to me so much to what I do in life, and boxing as well too, but just the simple fact that he just always wanted me to be the best I can be in anything I wanted to do. Like, I was having a tough time as a teenager in boxing, and I didn't know if I wanted to continue. And he was just like, yo, bro, like, anything you do, I'm gonna support you 100%. Right. But if you're gonna do it, be the best at it. Like, you're not supposed to be number 2 at nothing, bro. Like, anything you do, if you're gonna be number 2 at it, then what the hell are you doing it for? Why not be the best at it? You know what I mean? At least strive to be. Right. And I'm just like, that's facts. And that's something that I carry into anything I do in life. You know what I mean? And I just want to just continue to, make him proud. You know what I mean? And I feel like, I hope that I'm making him proud as he's looking down on me and everything like that. I really do. I hope I'm making him proud because I'm putting a lot of work, son. Yeah, I'm putting in a lot of work.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you got asked this a million times, but I was doing my research and I couldn't find the answer. Where the name Shushu came from? Like, I was literally trying to find it and I couldn't find it. So I'm sure they asked you, but where did you get the nickname Shushu at?
Everybody asks me that question.
I know. But I don't know why I can't find it on YouTube. This is gonna be the official video. If you want to know where the name Shushu came from,
bro. It's just a baby name. That's all it was. You know how, like, there's Day, Doodoo, Nunu, you know what I'm saying? It's Shushu, you know what I mean? Like, my pops, he just called me Shushu when I was a little kid, and, like, it just stuck. It's just a name that just stuck. Everybody called me Shushu in terms of, like, people outside the gym, inside the gym. Only people that wasn't calling me Shushu was people in school, you know what I mean? And so, even some people in there was trying to call me Shushu. I'm like, nah. Nah, we school friends, bro. You too personal. You getting too personal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, but yeah, like, But I like the Egyptian meaning, which is the one who rises above all. You know what I mean? So I feel like through the things that I've been in life, it's pretty fitting. You know what I mean? Like I really like it, and I like the fact that it's unique. You don't really come across people with the name Shushu. So now when you think of Shushu, you hear Shushu, you think of me.
Yeah. Tell me the difference, because I know I feel like I heard you say this in the interview one time. You just said like, yo, there's a difference between Bruce and Shushu.
Yeah.
What is that? What's the difference?
So right now you're talking to Bruce.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Bruce is like the, real calm, chill, or goofball. You know what I mean? I'll be, you see my videos on Instagram and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what I mean? That's Bruce. Shushu is who you see inside that ring. Shushu is the Brownsville bully. Shushu, he is that dude that is filled with all of that rage that comes from just coming up in Brownsville, comes from losing a brother, comes from all the losses that he's been through in life. All of that energy is just gets compressed and just let out in that one moment when we in that ring, in that square circle. And everybody just feels that energy. That's why I feel like a lot of people like to watch me fight. That's why I really they want to come see me fight and want to see me fight all these big name guys and all that stuff like that, because they feel that energy. You know what I mean? It's contagious. You know what I mean? So that's Shushu. You know what I mean? Shushu is that angry dude. You know what I mean? My mom, she want to take credit for all of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my mom, she gangster.
Oh yeah.
Like,
She
my
that?
pops, he the real chill, laid back one. You know what I'm saying? My mom,
on
she
time,
she's the ones in the streets fighting. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she always want to take credit for all that. I'm gonna let her have her little thing, her little one too.
Yeah. Obviously, Mike Tyson was the pinnacle of boxing from Brownsville, right?
Yeah,
like he the one that came and opened them doors and did it to the craziest level. How impactful has just Mike's story, watching Mike, been on you?
Man, super impactful.
You did the on styles. You did the whole Mike shit. You did the whole. I was like, nah, nigga, shit wild.
Man, I had to, bro. I had to do that. Well, I didn't even know. I just chose to do it at that moment too, because I always wanted to do it, but I just didn't know when. But that was my first fight on TV. I'm like, let me do something to where everybody gonna remember me, like, let alone a knockout.
Right,
let me, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that was funny. But yeah, Mike, he was my first, like, favorite boxer before, like, because Mayweather now to this, like, is my favorite boxer of all time. But Mike, he was like the first guy that opened me up into boxing, like, because obviously it's Brownsville. We watching Mike, bro. When he was win, lose, or draw, we watching him, bro. When he fought Lennox Lewis, we watching him. When he fought Kevin McBride, we watching him. When he fought whoever, bro. Like, we watching him, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And then I started to, like, notice after a while, like, what type of impact he had. Like, I ain't really, like, I understood, like, he was big, but I didn't understand, like, his presence.
Right.
As I started to learn about him and then learn his life, I'm just like, yo, this dude is like, no wonder everybody loved this guy. No wonder everybody just wants to see him win. Like, he's been through everything, and he's brutally honest about it, and he's so open about it. Like, Mike Tyson's such a lovable dude, but then to where I could relate to him in this way, he got that side of him that's just like, you go left, he will go all the way there.
All the
like, you know
way.
what I'm saying? He will black out. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I really like related to him, like, and I really loved his approach to the game. Like, when people watch me fight, I want people to be like, yo, he comes to handle business. He's no nonsense. Like, he throws almost every punch with bad intention. That's what Mike Tyson was like. You know what I'm saying? It was like every punch he threw, it was like, oh my God, like, damn. Like, even if he missed it, like, oh, he would have caught him, oh my God. Like, he winced at every single shot.
Right.
He beat a dude before he even stepped in the ring. And just that aura was just different. You know what I mean? It's something that you probably won't ever see it in another, it's once in a lifetime type of thing. You know what I'm saying? And then to see him even still want to fight, he got Jake Paul.
It's crazy.
It's
Who
wild,
you got in there?
man.
You think Mike?
Man, you take Mike all the way. Man. Mike Tyson all the way. I don't talk about nothing. He could be 100 years old. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Like, it's Mike all the way, man. I love Mike Tyson, man. Jake Paul is impressive, though. I ain't even gonna lie.
He's been getting better since
he's been getting better. That's the scary part.
I can see that he's really working in the gym. I can see him putting time in the gym.
Yeah, that's why I respect
him. Getting better. Like, I just see him working, you know what I mean?
That's why I respect him, man. He not just thinking he could just go and put on some gloves and just duke it out. Like, nah, like he really taking his time with the training and the conditioning and all that and sparring, and you see him getting better and better each and every fight. He trying new tricks and whatnot. So that's a dangerous part about Jake Paul. The more experience he get, he might be a formidable boxer when it's all said and done. Maybe he might be fighting certain contenders. You never know. He is getting that good.
He is.
You know what I'm saying? So, but Mike has, somebody told me this recently, Mike has experienced things that Jake Paul has not been taught yet. You know what I mean? So that right there is why I do feel like Mike Tyson will hold his own and do his thing in this fight.
Mike is 60, nigga. I'm sitting here like, Mike, come on, Mike. Don't you?
I know, man.
Come on, man.
I know, man. But listen, at the end of the day, it's a Mike Tyson fight. Everybody gonna tune in. Everybody gonna enjoy the show.
For sure.
I just hope he comes out there safe. Both of them, they both come out safe. And man, it's gonna be a great thing to watch.
What was it like when you met Mike? I mean, I seen that video where y'all was at the pizza shop or whatever, but I mean, have you had other moments or like any moment that sticks out on the times that you've been around him or met him?
Yeah, for sure. My first time I had a one-on-one time with him, like this was, I want to say I was like 12, 13 years old, maybe 14, and my dad has a mutual friend with him. His name is Uwe, and he invited me and my dad to come to his house because Tyson was there chilling with him. So I'm like, I bet that's what's up. Yeah. My dad brought one of my fights, like, you know, on tape. We brought it on the CD and we watched it. And Tyson was like giving me like little pointers and whatnot, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, yo, crazy, right? Like he was telling me, he's like, yo, listen, when you ducking punches, you gotta make sure you bend your knees. So when I was doing it, I'm like, you mean like bend your knees like this? He's like, nah, like this. Like you gotta get down.
Oh, so he can't show you the
like he's showing me like he getting lower than me. I'm just like, oh damn, like Tyson, he still got it. Like, you know what I mean? Right. So I was hyped. I was so hyped when I was just having that one-on-one type of moment. He was just talking about how it was growing up in Brownsville, talking about like, you know, elevators and all that.
Mike
like,
was on
yo,
it,
you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, y'all don't know about the elevators. Right? So, we used to wild out.
Get nasty.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he was just talking about that, and that was like one of the first times I had like a real one-on-one with him. And then after that, when he came to Brownsville, that was like, I haven't seen him since. So I didn't know if he remembered me. I didn't know if he knew who I was for. I ain't know how much he knew about me. None of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, it was just, I was so starstruck. It was like the first time I met him because at that moment, I knew more about Mike. I went through certain things through life that I could relate to or just understand more things that Mike went through. And I'm just like, yo, this dude he's damn near larger than life. And then when he come, he give me, like, I'll go in there, I'm walking to him, right? Trying to keep my composure. I'm like, oh, this Mike Tyson, whatever. But I'm keeping my composure. I'm cool. Walk up to him. I'm like, yo, what's up, Mike? Yo, you mean everything, You influenced me on this, that, and the third. He like, man, he slapped my hand out the way, gave me a hug. He like, yeah, go, yo, talk to the camera, champ. Talk to the camera. Like, he just broke through that awkward, formal stuff. Like, it was just straight like, yo, we from Brownsville. Talk to that camera. Talk your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I bet.
Yeah,
let me open up a little bit. Like,
that's
mad cool, son. Mad cool. Like, and I'm just super just happy to just say that I'm from the same neighborhood he from. You know what I mean? Like, that alone is a flex.
Yeah. That's a fact, man. Yo, shoot, man. I appreciate you pulling up, my brother.
I appreciate you for having me.
Super dope conversation, man. Listen, September 27th, ESPN Plus. We're looking forward to it, dog.
For sure.
I'm looking forward to seeing your rise. Lastly, where you want to take this? What's the goals? What you want to accomplish before shit is all said and done? I
mean, well, you know, when it's all said and done, I just want to be known as one of the best to ever do it. You know what I mean? When you talk about all of the greats, I want Bruce Shushu Carrington to be a part of that conversation. I will be, you know, always putting on crowd pleasing performances. I will always give the fans what they want to see. And, you know, when it's all said and done, man, I just want to be loved just like how Muhammad Ali, Tyson, and all the greats was loved, man, you know. But yes, September 27th, y'all not gonna want to miss the Shushu show. It's out in New York City. Yeah. And yeah, we on ESPN with it, baby. Top rank. Y'all ain't gonna want to miss it.
Let's get it. Bruce Shushu Carrington, Cigar Talk. We out of here.